Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, for those of you who may have never been here before. And in today's video we are talking about some Snowy Escape related custom content that I think that you need to have in your game if you can have custom content. Sorry console. Some of my favorite types of custom content are add-on packs that are created by different custom content creators for things that we get in the game. So they take assets from the game and kind of just adjust them a little bit, remove necklines, change things up just the slightest bit to make them better in a small way that can honestly just completely change the vibe of the entire item. There are creators who do this for all of the furniture that we get for packs, as well as creators who do this for all of the Create a Sim assets, and we're going to go through 3 creators who have just knocked it out of the park with their Snowy Escape add-on stuff packs. I will have all of their links to their Patreons down in the description below where you can grab this stuff. I'm pretty sure that all of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is available for public release, so you don't have to support them on Patreon, but if you do have the extra funds, I would suggest supporting all 3 of these creators because they all make some pretty good stuff. But before we jump in, I would just ask you guys to please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So the first thing I want to go over is an add-on for all of the build-to-buy items that came with Snowy Escape, and this is created by Illogical Sims, and this is honestly one of my favorite people for these kinds of packs. Every single time that a pack comes out, Illogical Sims makes an add-on pack, and I love them. So we're going to go through some of what the original furniture looks like and then what the add-on stuff looks like. So in The Sims 4 Snowy Escape, we got this beautiful, honestly gorgeous, above average height dresser. So you can see that is the original asset that we got in the game. We also have these from Illogical Sims, which are just smaller versions of this same item. And then this one here that makes it so it's completely flat instead of having that little detail. Now you may not think that this is a big deal, but like having these little pieces can change the way that you build and just kind of switch it up a little bit. It's really fun to just kind of bring in some little things that just make sense. Like they just make sense to have different variants of the same object. That way you can kind of mix and match and make it your own a lot better, which I love. I absolutely love stuff like this. The next thing we have comes from this bookcase here, which is honestly really pretty. Like I'm a big fan of this bookcase, and it has a bunch of stuff that's already on it, isn't separated, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay. So we have these bookcases that are a little bit smaller, or just the one section of the bookcase on its own, or just the small bottom half of this same bookcase. And I love that idea, how it's just a little piece, then you can use it in more creative ways in smaller spaces and still be able to just throw something on top. That makes me so happy. But I really do love the giant bookcase that we get with Snowy Escape, but I do think that having smaller versions is helpful for tiny homes or just tiny apartments, just little areas in your Sims life that you might not be able to use the big one. The next thing we get is this light here, which is really just this light separated, which I love. I love stuff like that, because then that way you can have this light over here and have it match the one that is in the living room, which is pretty cool. We also have a bunch of just decorative items, just fun decorative things that you can put on bookshelves. I love that kind of stuff. Another thing in this add-on pack that I love is these shelving units here that are just kind of random and adorable, and you put them on the wall and you can just kind of mix and match. And in addition to that, all of the objects that are inside are also in this pack, so you can drag them out, put them wherever you want, and these kinds of objects are great for decorating the Snowy Escape counters. There's also a tiny Yamachan. The only Yamachan statue we got in the game was giant, so having one that's a lot smaller just makes more sense for tiny little areas like that if you wanted to play Yamachan hide and seek. Another thing I really love is when creators take all of the plants they always end up being together, and then they separate them, so then you can have these really, really gorgeous individual plants that are just by themselves and very pretty. Just absolutely gorgeous. Another thing that I really, really like in this pack is that the creator took this bed here and turned it into a single bed. The single bed that we got has a little bit more of like a childish vibe, but this one will make your Sims feel a little bit more mature. I feel like if you moved back home, this is the kind of single bed you would have, not the ones that came with the pack. In addition to that, there are variations on this couch here. So if we get rid of that, we have this one here that has 2 armrests, this one here that has no armrests, as well as a love seat version for both. One thing that I really like is that if you do ignore the clipping, you can add them together and have it be a funky set. And there are also different variations of some tables that we got in the game, just for a little bit more versatility, because this one here was the only dining table that we got. We did not get a nice big one like this, and that's honestly really, really pretty, and I like it a lot. They also took the crafts table, whatever you call them, and turned it into just a regular desk or an empty desk as well. So these are all objects that honestly would have worked really well in Snowy Escape. Snowy Escape add-ons. This is one of my favorite ways to get custom content because it already fits in the game. It already matches a bunch of stuff in the game, and it just makes you want to kind of play and decorate some more, even if it is all CC, because it matches perfectly with the stuff that you already see in a pack that you get. So if you ever get a new expansion pack in The Sims 4, make sure to wait a few weeks, even a few days sometimes, because these people are talented, and go and see if there's any add-on content for that pack. So let's go into Create a Sim and see some of the other content that's been made. So I've decided to split this up, and we'll go through all of the stuff from A. Harris Brittany first, and then we'll go through all of the stuff from Grim Cookies. So one of my favorite hairstyles that came with Snowy Escape was this one here. It comes in this like fun, colorful swatch, but it also comes in just a straight regular color swatch. And my only issue with this hairstyle is that there was no way to tuck it behind the ears, because I really like that look sometimes so that you can add earrings and have it be just a little bit different. And this creator made all of my dreams come true. We have it there for the regular one that doesn't have the color and the one with the color as well. Big fan. The next hair that we got is this one here that has the clips. Now, I love this hair so much. I can't even begin to describe how much I like this hair. And thankfully, we have different versions of this hair that exist. So with A. Harris Brittany, they decided to go ahead with a short version. We have one that's a bit longer with one side to the back, and then we have a longer version that has both sides of this hair to the back, which I'm a big fan of. I love having different variations of really beautiful hairs, and I do think that these two are some of the prettiest that came with The Sims 4 Snowy Escape, so I'm very happy to see those. So now we'll go into some hairs created by Grim Cookies. So as I said, this hair here is one of my favorites, and Grim Cookies decided to make long versions kind of out of it that have the same kind of ombre style or the regular style, making it very versatile. We also have some different variants for this hair that had it kind of in the front and in the back. We have one that is entirely in the back in that like fun, different color, crazy style that the game decided to give us. Then we also have one that's just the regular colors as well. But it is nice to see it just in the back because I do find the way that this is split to be just a little bit weird. Grim Cookies also took this hair here, which is an interesting one. It's definitely a vibe, and decided to make it just kind of more straight in the back instead of having these little swoopy bits. I love the word swoopy bits. These bangs are kind of a lot, so this hair isn't for everybody, but I do think that this is a lot more versatile and usable than the hair that came with the game, and I am a big fan of this one here. I'm pretty sure that anybody who has Snowy Escape and is anywhere near my age range or younger really appreciates this puffer jacket. However, the one that came with the game isn't exactly the best. So the one that came with Snowy Escape has this really long shirt underneath that doesn't really tuck properly into different kinds of pants, which is genuinely quite disappointing. And I think that this would be a lot cuter if you were able to have a crop top or it be tucked into pants, and that's literally what I thought the second that I saw it. Both A. Harris Brittany and Grim Cookies decided to make something that is a little bit different that looks a lot better with high-waisted pants. So the Grim Cookies version is this one here that has a little tank top and is honestly very cute. She's quite adorable and I like her a lot. And it comes in all of the same fun variants and a little, you know, some rainbow fun. We love it. Love to see it. But it'll look a lot better with a pair of high-waisted jeans. And the other version of this is a crop top. So they took the long sweater that really didn't vibe well with this and decided to put a crop top. So we put a pair of high-waisted jeans on, or high-waisted pants of some kind. Okay, where are they? So if we put a pair of high-waisted skinny jeans on, it looks way better than it did before, and this is just so cute. If you take this and you're like, oh, she's very covered, now she's really trendy. And I honestly really love all of the color swatches that it comes in. They're a little bit more neutral in this one than some of the craziness that came in the game, but they are just absolutely beautiful, and I find that there's a color for every single skin tone and every single sim. But yeah, those are just some of the items that you can get to add on to your Snowy Escape experience if you want to. In the description down below, I will have all of the links to the Patreon so that you can go support them if you want, as well as the direct links so that you can go and download this stuff. It's very exciting. I love when people create fun things to add on to packs that I do really enjoy, like Snowy Escape, and I really hope that you enjoy them too. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. I really hope that you're having an awesome day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.